Victor Echo number 3, Foxtrot Lima Kilo.
Foxtrot Lima Kilo, Roger, Roger. And what's the name there?
Foxtrot Lima Kilo, Roger, Roger. And what's the name there?
The name is Dan, Delta America, Norway. Go ahead.
Yes, sir, Dan. And whereabouts are you located, sir?
Yes, sir, Dan. And whereabouts are you located, sir?
Okay, we're located in London, Ontario, which is halfway between Detroit, Michigan, and Buffalo, New York.
So would it be in New York or Buffalo? Or in New York or where?
In New York or Buffalo? In New York or where?
No, I'm in London, Ontario. London, Ontario, which is halfway between the two cities.
Yes, sir, Ontario. Roger, Roger. And what radio are you running, sir?
Yes, sir, Ontario. Roger, Roger. And what radio are you running, sir?
Just picked up an IC705, so looking for some constructive comments, anything you may have to offer. Go ahead.
All righty, Dan. First thing, let's try to get a better situation as far as recording and noise. So if you would, why don't you give me about 10 seconds and now about your antenna system, and I'll look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Your antenna system, and I'll look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Okay, very good. And kind of off about maybe 40 feet, I guess, give or take. It works quite well in my location. Hopefully that's long enough for you to do what you got to do. DE3 Foxtrot Lima Kilo.
All right, Dan, I've got you on my local dipole antenna. Not great. You're about five clicks over my noise level, but I think we can work. If you can copy me. Thing is, we want to get your audio a little fatter. The first thing to consider is that you're in that 100 to 2900 bandpass, transmit bandpass mode, 100 to 2900. And if you're not familiar with that, just make a note to check on that later, that you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandpass mode. Roger?
But I don't know where in the manual I'll find it. I don't know to go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Well, you know, that's the thing about the book there. Usually is at some point it would be calling maybe the TBC, transmit bandpass, you know, or whatever, but it should be in the book. Anyway, just to check that, just to be sure we're getting the best performance out of your transmitter as possible. And that occurs at the 100 to 2900 transmit bandpass mode. All right, so our setup procedure begins with your compressor engaged at a 3. It's a token amount, something you'll never really hear on the air, but it helps us arrive at our dynamic range of 3 dB at the end of our setup. So it's compressor on at a 3. Roger, Roger.
Okay, very good. Well, I was listening to the other Okay, very good. Well, I was listening to the other conversation you have, and my compressor is off, so I will turn it on and go to a level 3 or a number 3 and call you.
Yes, sir. Now, that's a 3 out of 10 or a 30 out of 100, depending on how your input to your compressor is labeled. Roger, Roger.
Depending on how your input to your compressor is labeled. Roger, Roger.
Right, okay, so it's 3 out of 10. So right now I'm on 3 with the compressor on, and it's peaking out of on a scale here around 18 to 20 dB. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Okay, let's go to your ALC now with the mic gain in hand. And as you say the magic word audio, and just say it, don't stress it, but just say it like you would say any other word in a QSO, audio. With your mic gain, adjust your ALC to where it's running 2/3. So the word is audio, and as you stretch it out and say the word, you adjust your mic gain until your ALC is 2/3. Roger?
You adjust your mic gain until your ALC is 2/3. Roger?
Okay, very good. Yeah, I'm going to have to turn it down here a bit. So, audio, 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 audio. It's kind of on the low side. It's only about 5%. Go ahead.
On your ALC, sir, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is showing, 2/3. Between mid-scale and 2/3. Roger, on your ALC.
Thirds. Between mid-scale and 2/3. Roger, on your ALC.
Okay, very good. That's what I've done. That's where it's kind of set as we speak. So audio, audio, audio. I think we're in the range. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Looks good. Now, I want you to tell me about your antenna system for about 10 seconds again, and let me hear your audio.
Antenna system for about 10 seconds again, and let me hear your audio.
Okay, very good. Well, the antenna system is end-fed, vertical, horizontal type of configuration, and works very, very well on most of the bands, I guess. 10 meters is on most of the bands, I guess. 10 meters is a little iffy, but that don't work too much up there. So hopefully that's a long enough transmission to you to hear my audio. Go ahead. Roger. Okay, very good. Well, we'll run it this way for a while, and maybe we'll check in with you another time. The other thing I would like to try, if it's possible, is that I'm running a bit of an amplifier, running about 48 watts, and I'd like to shut it off and just run the IC705 barefoot, which is about 10 watts, and I would like to you to maybe indicate as best you can what the difference, the S level or the S meter reading may be between the amplifier on and the amplifier off. QSL?
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm getting you about 7 dB over the Milford noise level at the moment. So go ahead and, if you can, do you just have a standby switch you have to hit?
You can, do you just have a standby switch you have to hit?
Yeah, that's right. All I have to do is just turn the power off to the amplifier, and then turn off the RF power on the 705 will get me up to about 10 watts, because I'm only driving the amplifier with about around 4 watts. So if it's okay with you, I'll shut it off, and I'll just run the 705 barefoot, and you can copy.
All right, I've got your level set for 0 level, so go ahead and do that and come back changed.
Your level set for 0 level, so go ahead and do that and come back changed.
Okay, I hit the wrong button. Hopefully you copy. Okay, so I'm running the 705 barefoot. Now, wonder if you copy at 10 watts.
Yes, sir. I'm copying you about 3 dB less signal than where you were. About a minus 3 dB less signal than what you were on the other setup. Roger?
3 dB less signal than what you were on the other setup. Roger?
Okay, so I went from, an S7 or an S6, down into an S5, S4?
The other way. You went from a minus 7 down to about a minus 10 or so. Roger?
7 down to about a minus 10 or so. Roger?
Okay, very good. All right, I'll turn it back on, the amplifier, just to let you know what the differences may be. Just stand by.
Yes, sir. Standing by. I've got your level set at minus 2, so you should be up to a plus a 0 or 1 somewhere.
Plus a 0 or 1 somewhere.
Okay, there we go. We got the amplifier back on, and hopefully you'll hear a little bit of difference that you're in. Anyways, I'm not going to keep you. Thanks for all your reports and checks, and we'll get the manual out and look for the transmit bandwidth to make sure that we're in the range there. QSL.
Yes, sir, Dan. And that was a 3 dB difference between your high power and low power. 3 clicks, 3 dB. Roger, roger.
Your high power and low power. 3 clicks, 3 dB. Roger, roger.
Roger, roger. Okay, QSL, again, thanks for your help, and we may check in another day when, and maybe ask for the same kind of checks again once we find out more settings in the menu. QSL.
Yes, sir, Dan. 73, sir. Thanks for dropping by. And again, if you want to hear your audio, go to YouTube, do call it a search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this recording, and we'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. 73, sir. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.